Hello there one and all, and welcome to another Guild Wars 2 video. And I just wanted to do a quick video to have a look at the way underwater combat works in Guild Wars 2. Because, let's be honest, in Guild Wars 2 going into the water doesn't exactly work the way that you might initially think, and it can be a little bit disorienting to start with. So let's have a quick look at it. I mean, straight away you'll notice that when I jump in the water here, my action bar disappears. And then when I go down beneath the surface of the water, I get this new underwater action bar, and it's kind of got this little blue backdrop to it. And also you'll notice I don't have the typical, air breath meter counting down. There's none of that. Instead, I've got on this aqua breather, and this is part of this section of the character sheet, which is your underwater equipment. So you've got aqua breather, which is kind of what you have equipped to breathe underwater, and then you've got two weapons, and these themselves form two different weapon sets. So at the moment I've got this spear in my first weapon slot, and then in the second one I've got the spear gun, which is a harpoon gun. So I mean these aren't particularly good, these are just things that I picked up just to show off the underwater combat in this video. So you get those two weapon sets, and just like normal, when you're when you're on land, you can swap between them by using your keybind, and yeah, you unlock the abilities as you would normally, except for it's underwater, which is kind of cool. It's one of those things in Guild Wars 2 that just kind of keeps the combat, from getting stale. There's been some talk about the fact that possibly, the fact that you have set moves per weapon might be a little bit limiting, but when you consider the fact that you've got all the utility skills and your underwater skills and things like that, it really kind of keeps it dynamic, and so underwater combat's just another part of that. You'll notice here that I've got a utility skill here in this slot, but some of them are kind of crossed out because they can't be used underwater, which is, it's only logical, makes sense, doesn't it? So yeah, anyway, let's get down to it. So I mean, I've hardly unlocked anything on this second weapon, but if we come back to the first one, I've unlocked all of it. So let's have a quick look at some of the abilities, shall we? And you'll notice also, by the way, before I go on, that I do have my steal ability available to me as a thief underwater. So some of your class moves are still going to be working, some of the things that define you as a class underwater. But mostly weapon-wise, it's going to be all this. So just think of this as replacing your normal weapon skills. You can't use any of those while you're beneath water, it's all this other stuff. So first up on the spear, what I've got is a basic attack, which just stabs and does a bit of damage. And the second one is where it gets interesting. Okay, so I've got flanking strike, and this evades my foe and then attacks, applying vulnerability to my target. So that's the condition vulnerability, and when it says evade, it means I kind of sweep around them in a dodging kind of style. So let's have a look at that. As you can see, I just kind of swept around there and jabbed him, which was nice. The next one I've got is nine-tailed strike, which kind of blocks, and when you get attacked, you kind of do quite a bit of damage back to the target. So let's see if we can have a bit of that on the go, shall we? He's kind of out of range then, let's have another go. There we go, it worked there. So kind of a riposte with a bit of a high damage factor to it. What have we got next? Tow line, this is one of my favourites. You target something, and then you can simply pull yourself towards them, and then use whatever other attacks you may want to use. So yeah, next up is this shadow assault, and this is strike your foe repeatedly with a shadowy assault, and you kind of evade while it's happening. So let's just find a target and give it a go. So yeah, I'm kind of jabbing through the water. So that's fun. I mean, I like this aspect of Guild Wars 2, when you enter a different environment underwater and you're using different abilities. It keeps things interesting and fresh. And you're not worrying about oh my god, I'm running out of breath. You're literally just going around and having a fun time. And that's what it should be about. You shouldn't have to worry about, minor details like that, in my opinion. Other people would argue otherwise. What's your opinion? Let us know. Let us know in the comments. Thanks again, guys, for watching this video. We do appreciate all the views and feedback and comments and stuff like that. So yeah, don't forget to subscribe for notifications about future videos, and we look forward to seeing you again next time. Stay tuned.